Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Hinkle here today with a new concept that we haven't talked about this year yet, but it's a scale and we're going to be dealing with weight. Now this is called a pan scale, and the reason it's called a pan scale is because the objects on either side that we're going to put the items in kind of looks like a pan that your mom or dad might cook with at the stove. So the pan scale has these pans on it, again, kind of like the pan that your mom and dad cook with, plastic here though, so you would do that. And then it kind of works like a teeter-totter. It can go either direction depending on what the items are in that plastic pan. Now, like a teeter-totter, if you were to get on a teeter-totter with your dad, who would go up and who would go down? Dad would go down and sit on the ground, and you would be up with your feet kicking and dangling. It works the same with a pan scale. The heavier item is going to drop to the ground, and the lighter item is going to be hanging higher above. So today what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be making some guesses on the heavier item and the lighter item, which is going to go down and which is going to go up. So I've got some items still in the basket, the same items that I sorted a couple weeks ago, but we're not sorting them today. Today we're going to decide which one is the heavier item that will make the pan go down and which is the lighter item, which will get left up in the air. So my first weighing items, we'll do the penguin versus a red crayon. Which one do you think will go down for being heavier? And which one do you think will go up for being lighter? Make a guess. Which one for heavier? And which one for lighter? I'm now going to place them into the pan scale and we will see what it does. Oh, do you see that? The crayon is in there. And it stayed up. And our penguin stuffed animal here is sitting on the island. So he is the heavier item. Remember, heavy goes down and light goes up. So in this case, the crayon was the lighter and the penguin was the heavier. All right, I'm going to take those two items out and start with two new. Why don't we do a little wooden plate piece of pizza here versus a glue stick? All right, which one do you think is heavier? And which one do you think is lighter? Make a guess. And now I'll place them in and we'll see what the pan scale does, like a teeter-totter. Whoop. The wooden pizza is right, heavier, because it dropped down to the ground. And the glue stick is lighter. It stayed up. See, it's up here in the sky. That's the way the pan scale teeter-totter fell for those two items. All right, let's do two more. We'll do this block, and it's got a little D for dinosaur, and there's a little dinosaur that moves around in it, versus this dice. Which one do you think will be heavier? And which one do you think will be lighter? Which one's going to go down and sit for heavy? And which one's going to be up for light? All right, let me place them in the pans here. And the dinosaur block was heavier. He's sitting on the countertop there. And the dice is up. It is the lighter. You can also see this bar here tilted down to the heavier side as it sits on the countertop. All right, now why don't we try a Slinky versus a ruler. Okay, so make a guess. Which one do you think is heavier? And which one do you think is lighter? I'm going to put them both into the pans. Okay, so the ruler's heavier than nothing, but here comes the, whoop, my ring got stuck in it, sorry. The Slinky, and now the ruler went up and the Slinky went down, which means the Slinky is heavier than the ruler. Okay, now let's try a chapter book and a play cell phone. Okay, so you make a prediction. Which one is heavier and which one is lighter? Okay, let me slide the chapter book in there. Sitting down. Okay, I'm going to drop the phone. Stayed in the sky. So the chapter book is heavier than the phone. Okay. Now let's try 2 Expo markers. A pink Expo marker and a black Expo marker. What is your prediction for these two? Which one is going to be heavier and which one is going to be lighter? All right, let me place them both in their own pans. Hey, wait a minute. Neither of them hit the countertop. The pan scale is kind of wiggling around, but they're both still in the air. Why do you think that is? Because they're the same weight. They're the same item, just different colors. So if we let this keep going, tilting slowly, slowly, which it will do for quite some time, eventually it will end like this. And the scale will be straight across with 1 Expo marker in each pan because they're the same weight. They're the same item, just a different color. So neither of them went down and hit the ground or went up to the sky because they're the same